Hello and welcome to the fifth tutorial in my Blender game engine tutorial series. This one is going to be about how to make a HUD and a scoring system. I am Hamster Hill, and we'll get straight into it. So to start off with, we're going to make the objects that are going to give you score, which will be, in my case, a coin, but you could have it as anything, like a panel you run over or something, but a coin seems to be one of those sort of reoccurring themes that pop up in all these sorts of games, so sort of stick with the trend. I'm going to add a cylinder, but I'm going to change it to 8 vertices, just so that it's not too, processor takeover-y, so the game will run faster. It's actually right on top of my key, but that's okay. And scale it down. Now just grab it, move it over. You can color it and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just going to leave my one blank. So now what we want to do is we want to make it so that first of all, if we go into our properties panel here, you want to click Ghost, so that if something runs into it, it's not going to bounce them off and stuff like a wall, because you wouldn't want a magical floating coin to bounce things away. And another thing we were going to do is we're going to add a controller, sensor, and an actuator, connect them all up, and you want to change the sensor to a collision sensor, and you want to change the property to player, because we've set that up before, and you want to change the last one here, our actuator, to a message, and you want to change that so that the subject is score. So every time we get a point, it'll send a message saying score. We also want to add another one here that will delete our coin after it's been activated, so it doesn't keep activating, because you don't want to be able to get 1,000 points just by standing on the coin. So edit object, and we're going to change this and change it to end object. So now that our coin is completely set up, we need somewhere for it to store the points, and also some way to display the points. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a HUD. And for those of you who don't know, a HUD is a heads-up display. It's sort of, in most games you'll have like health or points and all that kind of stuff up there. So to add one in Blender, what you need to do is you need to add a new scene. Add an empty scene. Then you want to go to top view, press space, add camera, and we're going to use this scene as an overlay scene. So so just grab the camera, move it up, then press 0 to go into camera mode, and you want to press GZ and just move it up so that it it's in line with the grid. As you can see, grab Z, so that dotted line, that one right there, is in line with the grid. You may have to grab it and move it around a bit until it sort of fits perfectly in that sort of grid. It just makes it much easier to position things later on and stuff. So once you've done that, then press space, add mesh plane. You may want to scale the plane down a bit depending on how big your HUD area is. This will be about the height of your score. Then what you want to do is you want to split the area like so, split area, go into edit mode, and change this one here to a image editor. Then press U, unwrap. Then what you want to do is go in here and go image, open, and I've given you an image, so you just need to find where you have saved that, and the link should be somewhere in the description, so just go download that, and so just find where you downloaded it, load it up, and then you want to focus your image editor, your UV map here, by just grabbing the points and sort of trying to get it as tightly as you can around this @ symbol at the very top corner. Once you've done that, you might want to turn texture mode on here so you can see it. As you can see, mine's upside down, so I'll just select all my points, press R, rotate them around, holding control so that they snap to the grid. Grab it, maybe move it down a little bit like so, and it looks pretty good. You may want to try and get it as close as possible, because then that way it'll look much better in the end. So once you've done that, then you need to make sure you're in edit mode. This is very important that you're in edit mode. Go to editing buttons, and then you want to go down here to texture face. Now this was a bit hard to find for me at first, so you got to make sure it's texture face, this one here, and in edit mode, because if you're not in edit mode you can't see it. So click texture face, and you want to change this to two-sided text and turn on alpha. That'll make it invisible, make it visible from both sides, and it'll also allow it to do real-time text. So once you've done that, you can go back into object mode, you can join these two areas back up, and then we just need to do a few more things. We'll go down here to our action buttons, and you want to add a property. Name it text, but it has to have a capital T, T-E-X-T. And as you can see, it printed our text here, which is what's down here, but you want to change it from a float to an int. So it prints that 0 there, and that's where it's going to be in our real-time thing, but without the at symbol that's there. That's just for sure, but you don't see that when you play. Anyways, so now what we need to do is we need to add a sensor, a controller, and an actuator. You want to connect those all up, and you want to set the first one to a message, and the subject will be score, and you want to set the last one to a property, and change it to add. The property is text with a capital T. You gotta make sure you use the capital, and change the value to 1. So now it should set our score up every time we head into a coin. So if we go back into our first scene here, and now to make it so that that shows up, what you need to do is you need to right click your camera here, and you want to go in here and just add another actuator here, connect it up to our always sensor, and you want to set it to not message, sorry, you want to set it to scene, and you want to change it from restart to add overlay scene, and you want to input the name of your HUD scene here. Now you can change the name of these things just by clicking up here and changing it. I'm going to put mine as HUD, enter, and then go back into my first scene here and change the name here to HUD. So now if I play this by just pressing P, it draws up in the top corner there. It's black at the moment because it's not lit very well, so you're gonna have to put some lights and stuff in your other scene, but other than that it's working pretty well. And if we run into our coin here, oh, hit it, and we have 1 point, we have 1 score. So that's about it for this tutorial. I think that worked pretty well. Well, thanks for watching, and if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to rate and subscribe and all that stuff so you know when my next video is out, and look forward to making another video soon. See ya!